Hey, what's going on, guys? It's a new crew review here with a new review for you. And I'm Colton.
Andrew?
That's
That's Jacob.
Jacob,
that's Jacob.
Big Red.
Yep, we call him Big Red. Lucas won't be here. He's out of town doing some more important stuff, I guess. And so he will be taking over today.
From
And
way back there.
yep, from way back there. And he'll probably be in a couple more videos, maybe,
In the future?
if he's available.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today we saw, actually not today, we saw it not too long ago, it was Baby Driver, and I know we're really late with this review, but people were telling me that they wanted a review on this movie because they're saying it was like one of the best movies they've seen in a while, which I totally agree.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie, probably one of the best movies I've seen all summer.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, it wasn't really all that long. It was, what, an hour 50?
Hour 50, hour 40 maybe.
Yeah, hour 50, something like that. It wasn't all that long. Jacob, do you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
You liked it? Okay.
I like the cars.
I would say he's one of the car type people. We'll get into that later about the cars and stuff. And the plot simple. It's just he's just a teenager. He is in a bad situation with a bad guy who's played by Kevin Spacey. And what he has to do is he has to work and he has to do these heists. He has to be the driver of the heist, and he can drive really well only when he's listening to music. When he's not listening to music, it's kind of iffy, a driver. And so, yeah, no, the movie was, I thought it was pretty good. It was full of action, a lot of good scenes in the movie. I really liked the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, the driving looked really realistic.
Yeah, I like the driving.
Yeah, the driving, everything about it was, like, realistic. I don't think, like, anything was really like all that much of effects or anything. Like everything was clearly
Just looked
possible.
good.
It wasn't like Fast and the Furious when like there's a lot of
Impossible stuff.
impossible stuff happening. In this movie, they weren't really driving like Lamborghinis and stuff.
Just like basic cars.
Jacob will tell us like what.
The best two cars were probably the Subaru WRX or the Hellcat. I'm a Hellcat kind of guy. Or
Yeah, I
American
was gonna say
muscle
I
cars.
like the Hellcat.
I'm
in
down
that
for the
movie.
American stuff, but
I was gonna say yeah,
whatever you like.
the Hellcat was pretty cool. So like it wasn't like the Fast and the Furious movies when they're always having all these luxury cars.
Lamborghinis.
Pretty much
Lamborghinis.
everything's cars.
Yeah,
and
it is
nice
just-
for sure. But
Which makes the movie even seem more realistic.
Mhm.
Because that's just what people would drive in the real world. They wouldn't be driving, Lamborghinis and
Yeah.
stuff like that when they're doing heists. And so in this movie, Baby is played by Ansel Elgort. Elgort? I don't know. Never heard of him. I don't know who that is. He looked familiar. I don't know who he
Yeah.
is. He played Baby, and he did a pretty good job.
Good actor.
He was pretty good in that movie. Deborah, who was played by Lily James, she was pretty good in that movie too. She wasn't bad. I mean, I liked her character. Jamie Foxx is in this movie. He plays
Yeah.
Bats, who's a crazy guy of the group, and I liked him. I always liked
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx
Foxx.
is always good.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jamie Foxx is always good. Isa Gonzalez plays Darling, who is Buddy's, and Buddy is the name of another character in the heist, who is played by John Hamm. And Darling and Buddy are actually like I think dating or married.
One of the, I don't.
One
remember
of those
which.
two, I can't remember. And then Kevin Spacey plays Doc, who's the leader of the heist group. You always got to have the leader, and he plays the leader, and he was a bad guy in this movie. And Kevin Spacey's a natural bad guy,
Yeah.
And so
Kind of looks the part.
he did really good. And then in this movie, I didn't know was going to be in this movie was John Bernthal. Bernthal? Oh no, he's the guy from The Walking Dead. He's in a lot of movies. The Walking Dead, The Accountant.
Yeah, the count. That's where I
I
recognize them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember other movies. He's in a.
Is he in The Punisher in that one?
Oh yeah,
TV
I think
show?
I think he's a Punisher. Yeah, too. And so yeah, he's a good actor. He was only in it for the first heist. There's a couple heists in this movie. He was only in it for the first one. Then he's never seen again.
Wow.
And so it's kind of crazy. I mean, I thought he'd be in it more, but I guess you can't just always have the big name actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Like we said, the movie was pretty good, full of action. Everything was great about it. The story, like I said, was great. I mean, it was short, compacted, and got right to the point. It tells you exactly why he has to listen to music, how he's such a good driver, blah blah blah.
Not
etc.
really many plot holes.
I was saying really no plot holes because they didn't really have that much to screw up.
they linked together really good.
They were really good together in this movie. The music, he doesn't listen to like current music. He actually listens to like older music, which I can't really give you a time span of how old the music was. But
Yeah.
he sits there and he listens to his iPod Shuffle, and he has a lot of different iPod Shuffles and stuff for his music, and he also does these really cool mixes when they're at the heist, when they're planning to set up the heist. They sit there and talk, and he'll sit there and record people, and then he'll go home and he'll make a remix out of it, which I thought was really
Yeah,
cool. He
that's
would sit
pretty
there and
cool.
make it in the cassette player, and I thought it was pretty cool how he did it. And like we were saying, the cars were really nice. I mean like that, like we said, that Hellcat.
I like the Hellcat.
Yeah, the Hellcat.
Hellcats are always good.
The
And
Hellcat.
the WRX is really nice too, but
Mm.
American Muscle.
Yeah, like what he's more of the car guy than we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like we said, this is kind of, I guess you could kind of say it's like a Fast and the Furious movie, but at the same time, it's completely different than a Fast and the Furious movie
Yeah.
because there's different things that they do. I mean, just
It's
different
more
cars.
realistic.
Yeah, it's a lot more realistic. So all in all, what I'm gonna give this movie is, I'll say a 9 out of 10.
9?
I'll say a 9 out of
8.
10. You give it an 8.
8 or 9, maybe 8.5. I'm kind of in between 8 or 9.
Honestly, I was gonna say I give it a 9. I can't really pull it giving it a 10 out of 10. I think maybe I was really hoping it was kind of longer because I love these types of movies. I was kind of maybe wishing it was a little bit longer, but there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, like I said, it was a really good movie overall, and I'm hoping they're gonna make a sequel. Yeah, no, so 9 out of 10. Jacob, what do you give?
Yeah, I'll give it 8 out of 10. I like how basic it was. Nothing like hard to keep track of and stuff.
Yeah,
It was just-
everything was just
and the length was good too. Like it wasn't like dragging or anything.
mhm.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Yeah, and that's the thing a lot of movies do nowadays is that they'll try to drag out movies more
Just
than
want
what they should be.
Basic.
Just want basic movies. And so yeah, no, like they were saying in the advertisement it's one of the best movies. I totally agree.
Mm.
One of the best movies I've seen in a long time, in a long while. But yeah, no, so Baby Driver I would totally recommend to see. And next we're gonna talk about the spoilers, unless we forgot anything.
I think we're good.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Alright, so the spoilers are going to be here. So if you don't want this movie to get spoiled, you better click out of this now.
Leave that
Give me-
like.
Give some time. Yeah. Thumbs up. Alright, now we're at the spoiler section. And so what happens in the movie is Doc, who is played by Kevin Spacey, like I said, he's the leader. You think he's a real bad guy, but really he ends up helping Baby and his girlfriend when they get in trouble.
Mhm.
He sits there and saves them. Then he dies.
Yeah.
And then
Unexpected.
so Baby and Deborah, they run out. So the next thing you know, it's who was it? Bats. I think it was Bats, Darling, and Buddy. They got done with the heist, and so what they're doing now is Baby killed Bats while they were doing the heist. He backed him. What did he do? No, he pushed him forward into a pole, and the pole went right through his neck. It's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty
Ugh.
gruesome scene, and so he dies. And so when that happens, Buddy and Darling are like, "What's happening?" And so Baby gets out of his car, runs. And while he's running, Baby and Darling are trying to kill him. And so then the cops are also chasing him. And there's this awesome parkour scene. Somehow Baby knows parkour.
Yeah.
And it was really, really cool. I mean, I don't know. I think he did it. I think the actor did it himself, which might be,
That'd be impressive.
yeah, it was pretty impressive. And so he was running through the town. And so, like, the cops are, like, stopping him and stuff. And so then it comes up. He gets stopped by Darling and Buddy. And then they're, like, talking to him, threatening him. And then the police show up. And the police shoot Darling. So then Buddy gets mad. And he starts shooting at the cops because they kill Darling. And so then Baby runs off. And the cops still chase Baby. And then Buddy still just shooting the cops. And so then,
It's all crazy.
yeah, it's all hectic. And so then Baby ends up going to a diner where Deborah's working, and so he goes there, and somehow Buddy was able to get there before her, or before him, before Baby got there. So Buddy was there in the diner, so when Baby walks in, Buddy's at the diner with a gun, and he's just talking about all this stuff, talking about how true love and stuff, and he's kind of like drunk or something. I don't know. He's really mad. Yeah, I don't know.
He was out of it.
He was out of it, but so then he was gonna kill them, and then what happened? Like the cops came in. I think they killed Buddy, and then so on. So then after that,
Everyone just dies.
so yeah, basically everyone dies. So then throughout the movie, Baby and Deborah, the thing that they've been talking about is how they just want to travel in a car and just listen to music and nothing else. And so that's the kind of like happy ending you get. They're driving, and then they're ready to leave like the border or something, or leave the state,
Mhm.
and then cops stop them. So then Baby gets thrown into jail for a couple of years, I think, and he finally comes out. And then the movie's this is kind of a cheesy ending.
Cheesy, yeah.
I think the ending's what kind of knocked me off. It was kind of a cheesy ending. He comes out of the prison and she's standing there and they hug and kiss. And, yeah, and then the movie I think cut to black and white and then it's just end credits and that was it. But yeah,
kind of
no.
unexpected though too, because you think they're gonna get away. And
Yeah. I mean, we were like, oh, it's gonna, they're gonna just get away, nothing's gonna happen. But no, he ends up getting caught, and so he, like I said, he goes to jail for all those heists and stuff. And so then, like, once he gets let out, they just be themselves and travel alone, and so on. Happy ending. And so I think that's it for this video. Did you forget anything?
I think that's good. Yeah.
That's good. All right. So yeah, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Click here, right here, to subscribe, and click here for our previous video on War for the Planet of the Apes. And hope you guys enjoyed the review.